Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Saturday morning and welcome to the equinox. Uh, Equinoxes, well, I guess it's the equinox in general. Let me just pop out the chat here and we'll get started here in a moment. I hope everyone's having an amazing weekend wherever you're at in the world. And it is equinox, both fall and spring, depending on what side of the world that you're on. And it's an amazing time for us. If you're wanting more information about the equinoxes, of course, we do have a weekly moon day where we talk about, excuse me, the energies of the week. So this is the link from this last week's that does talk about the equinox in it. And then also the pick a card, which I normally every Wednesday I have a pick a card. Uh, this one is talks about the equinox. And for you, all you Libra sun babies, happy birthday to you guys. There's a 3-month reading at the end of that as a bonus, which is something I'm going to start doing in my weekly pick a cards. When we have the change of the sun into a new sign, there will be a birthday reading in that reading. So I'm excited for that. And let me just finish getting everything set up here. In addition to the Moon Day Mondays and those What's Up Wednesdays with those pick a cards, on Tuesdays I do have a Take 10 with Zen that I put out. This one was about singing bowls this last week, which was really cool. I introduced to all of my little singing bowl children. So you can check that out if you wish. And then links for all the playlists are in the description box. If you are a Praying Mantis member on my YouTube channel, which is $7.99 a month, you actually get advanced access to the following weeks even earlier. So if you're interested in that, of course, all that information's in the description box as well. And you also, after these sessions, all my free sessions, there's a special session for my Praying Mantis members where we pull cards, we do past life readings, oracle cards, all sorts of fun stuff. And even on Thursday nights, we have a special night of a Q&A for 2 hours, and we do all sorts of fun stuff. Ask questions of spirit, people ask questions about me and my life, and we again pull a ton of different cards and have a ton of different subjects. So if you're interested in any of that and going further and growing your Zen together, be sure to check that out. And then also every month I do have giveaways. I know I'm a giveaway freak, but this is the playlist for the giveaways. Just check the last most recent one. It'll tell you about September's giveaways and the 3 ways that you can get into the 3 giveaways. So all that is down there. And lastly, I know I come on a little earlier to go through all this so that everyone's aware of what's going on and what's available. I have 50% off for the rest of 2023 because I love you guys. Half off my personal pre-recorded readings, my Hedge of Peace and Love, and my Wish Upon a Star Astro readings too. So if you're interested in all that, all the pricing, all the links to what those things are, everything is in the description box of the video. If you're new to this channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. I do prioritize donations as an energy exchange, so I honor that. I do step out and dive deeper into those too. All the process is also in the description box of the video, so I won't waste time talking about all that. You can just check that out if you are interested in that. I think that was all the stuff I wanted to talk about, besides it being the equinox, which, of course, you know, when there's the summer solstice, depending on which part of the planet are in, you're leaned toward the sun, and the winter solstice, we move away from the sun. And I love, you know, the equinox is where if you're on the equator, the days and nights are almost exactly the same because the sun is above us. And, you know, everyone on the northern and southern tips have little less light than everyone else, because compared to when it's tipped toward them. I love the giving and receiving type of energy that comes with that because it's like there's this, you know, if the sun was always tipped, I mean, if we were always tipped towards the sun, one part of the planet would always be have darker and not a whole lot of sunlight, and vice versa. Or if it was always on the equator, the people in the middle would get the most sun and everyone else wouldn't. So I like this sharing type of energy of this wobble that it goes back and forth. It's the giving and receiving. It's like the northern hemisphere gives to the southern hemisphere when it tips away and goes, "Here, you have some sun." And then the vice versa goes, "Oh no, you have some." And it goes back and forth where there's this equal type of energy of giving and receiving. So I like that type of energy coming in now. And so it's a time of giving and receiving when this realization, right, of this beautiful gift that's given to us by the universe of equal movement back and forth, the sharing of the sun and the light, right? So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. I heard that earlier in a podcast I was listening to, and I was like, wow, you never think about that. So there it is. So sorry. I thought I cleared all my sinuses out, but evidently I talk a little louder and it's vibrating my sinuses, which is good. All right. Well, let's get started. Um, I do have a few donations. Thank you so much, Supernova, for your multiple donations. I did have one earlier that came through on PayPal. So I'm going to do that one first, and then we'll jump into yours, and then we will go into the free reading. So, and then, hey, Mia. Thank you for your donation too. All right. So, love 1, 2, 3, 4. I know you had mentioned that you probably won't be here the first hour, so you'll come back and hear your reading. So let's dive in. Am using the Runic Tarot and the Tarot of Dragons. The energy of this weekend just felt very, I don't want to say ancient. Um, there's this, like the knights and the dragons and the fairies just feels very ancient type of energy. So all of the oracle and all the cards I'm using have that kind of feel to it. No problem, Supernova. You can't control if anyone is annoyed by things or not, right? That's their personal choice and their journey. So um you do what you do you, right? All right. So love 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for your donation. And you have 3 questions. So question number 1. Oops. Let's take a look here. Is that person going to be weird? All right. And then number 2. But 2, I got to do the Yoshi sound. All right. So that is the first part. That's the second part. And then number 3. That should be a fast. Yep. One card there. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. No, I don't see any weirdness with it because we've got the King of Cups balancing heart and mind. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is all about abundance and overflowing. You've got the Star card and the Strength card, which is trusting your higher self here. They're connected to spirit, so they're not going to get weird about anything. So you're good on there. There's no weirdness. No weirdness there at all. They're like, again, this both the Strength card and the Star card are about connecting to our higher selves, and in that space they're not I feel like they're connected to spirit. They're not a wishy-washy person. So you're good. You don't have to worry about that. All right. And then question number 2. No, here's this is new love, and there's the Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card, and this is all about self-love. So I don't feel like they are dealing with anyone else like in a romantic way. I feel like they're more this is more turning them inward. The 9, the Ace of Cups is about inward and upward, the hermit's journey of looking at their own fears. They're just on their little, you know, looking at their um, worth and relationship to other people, but not in a romantic way, right? It's more, making people happy, family, employees, employers, that kind of thing. I'm so sorry. Wow, there's a frog in my throat. Sorry. Welcome fall equinox in my area. Ah, so that's what we have there. So, and then the second part of that question, um, yeah, I like this here. What they would say to you with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Swords is the movement. They're leaving behind old ways of thinking. There's a movement forward into new opportunities. And I kind of feel like it's just, just understand that I'm on this journey, that I'm leaving things behind. I'm moving into calmer waters, new opportunities open up. And we had this card, I think, yesterday where they're kind of saying, I just got so much going on in my outside world, so many, things changing, things swirling, things going on that it, feels that way. And they're just like, I'm on this journey, I'm on this adventure. It's almost like when I saw that Six of Swords, it's like um, I had this flashback of like, in the olden days when sailors would go to sea, they wouldn't see someone for months because they're out, doing the job, making the money, um, doing all that stuff, and it was just understood that wives or people in relationships with sailors would be like, "Bye, love you," and they'd go off, and they sometimes would go off for years. This is not that long, but just understand that this is what they would be saying to you is like, I'm at sea, I'll be home, I'll be back, but I've got to complete this adventure. I've got to have this opportunity and focus all this energy on it, right? So that's what's coming in with that. And then number 3, the role as a music coordinator, look at the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow, 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 slow moving. Um, it is the quest for self-worth and this type of thing. It just feels very slow. I don't feel like they're going to I feel like the position's delayed. I feel like it takes a long time for movement to happen on this. It's almost like I don't want to say they run out of money, but it is. It's like they run out of like, well, it's almost the end of the year. We need to hold off and hire in late December or January because then we'll get funds again and we'll have budget in January. It kind of feels that kind of feel to it. So I don't feel a positive, like quick movement on it. If anything happens on it, it is later. Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I feel like it's this journey of your worth with this quest, this Knight of Pentacles is about, things go slow for you to spend time raising your love vibration for yourself, your self-love vibration, because they don't, your soul and your posse don't want to have the old ways and get what you got before. They're wanting to take you to this new level of this new experience of your life. And that's why these things are kind of going that way. So it's for you, but I feel like it's delayed in that. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And Supernova, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your donations. And let's take a look here. Just going to take another sip here. And oh, yeah, I have to There we go. You ever have, like, one of those frogs that just won't leave, and you're like, "Come on." There we go. So is it possible to know through tarot about your singing voice? Yeah. Your question is the depths of emotional expression. What are you able to convey through it? Yeah. You know, and I was look at that throat chakra, right? Clear your voice. But I've got these the Wisdom of Avalon deck, and I was shuffling it, and this card came flying out, and they told me it was for you because of I have a lot of people that ask about music and different things like that. So this is for any of you, but your name is what came to me first. So I know this was intended for you, and then here you are asking about it. But you got this card here, which is the Bard. Let me see here. Let me try to use both my hands here so it can be clear. There you go. So we talked about a past life before and past lives, and here it comes in again. And this is all about music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. The Bard. Card number 7, if 7 means anything to you. And this card represents music, storytelling, and the passing of truths, myths, and legends from generation to generation through the spoken word or song. In ancient Avalon, the traditions and stories of the people were gathered on leaves that served as letters in a living alphabet and were tended in vast, long houses. Here, the druids and priestesses came to read and weave the stories of magic and the sacred relationship to the god, goddess, and the mystery, the capital M mystery. Those schooled in the art of music and storytelling were given the task of informing their world and keeping the stories of their culture alive. They were given the name of Bard, B A R D. And when this Bard card appears, you're asked to seek answers in your personal history. Go back into your own story and find the threads of the patterns in your reality and trace their length to the present. Perhaps you'll be surprised by how much of your past or that of your ancestors still weaves its influence on you today. When the bard appears, he asks you to retrieve the stories woven in the past. Perhaps you need to learn about the history of someone or something important to your inquiry. The seeds of the future are always hidden in the soil of the past. It's time to dig a little to find the clarity you need. Don't be afraid to learn the patterns of history. The only way to honor them or change them is to know them. Perhaps it's time to listen to music and allow yourself to be carried into the land of memory and listen for its messages as the strings of your soul are strummed by the hand of the divine. Remember that the bard appears to help you stay in tune with the all that is. You are music, and your story is sung in the heavens. Wow. So I love that coming in there for you. So that is, the emotional expression that you're able to provide through that, you know, is beautiful there, right? um, and that this is, this history, this storytelling. And I feel like what they're saying here is um the emotional expression, what you're able to convey through it is the storytelling. And the storytelling, and it's interesting because what they're showing me sitting listening to you singing, and it's the emotion and the belief you have in the story that you're telling. It's like you're this master storyteller that you're telling a story through words and through tone, and your intention of vibration is important, but you take people on a journey. It's like starting off, they're showing me opera, which I know they don't want you to do opera. You're like, whoosh, unless you have a desire for that. But y- opera singers are so expressive. You can see when they're singing it, but it's like the emotion that you're bringing through the words. And you start off sad and feeling a certain way, and then you're raising your vibration as you're talking about you know stepping up and standing up, and the joy and the expression, the light. So you take them from a place of dark to a place of light, and it's this journey, it's the story that you tell in each of the songs that you sing with your voice. And so you're able to express it through that, and that's what they're wanting you to focus on is the storytelling. Tell the story, because humans learn so well through stories. We remember through stories and pictures, and through your storytelling, you're creating these pictures in people's minds and people's hearts with the emotion that the words and the lyrics are painting a picture in the mind, but the tone and the voice and the expression and the emotional expression is creating a story in the heart, and then they meet together, right? So I like it for you. So boom, boom, boom. That's what they have for you with that one. I like it. I'm so sorry. I wish I could mute the mic, but I muted it once and then it wouldn't turn back on YouTube. And so I'm sorry that you guys have to hear me do that. Guess I could cover it. All right. So that was question number one. And question number two, are you true to your authentic self? Does it align through expression of self and resonate to your core and very being? Wow. Let's take a look here. That's deep. So let's see what Spirit's opinion of that is for you. What awareness do they want you to bring in here? Okay. That's so funny. So I'm going to start off with the Empress. So I feel like this is your authentic self because you get her like every single time, I think, in a reading. And so you are being true. The three, being true to your creativity, the weaving of your life, the birthing of your life, the expression. Three, the Empress is like, I know, the Empress is like, because it's the major arcana and it's the major three. Three is the number of creativity. It's the mother of creativity. So they're like, yeah, you are. You're we all don't do it 100% of the time, right? So, and it's 313. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, crow's nest. You've got the 10 of wands, which is you're investing a lot of energy in a lot of things, and you are zeroing them down. It's like you're taking your energy from investing it in a lot of things that are not true to your authentic self, and you are zeroing in your focus, which is what we all are on. We don't just overnight go, oh, look, I'm my authentic self. Boom. We start taking steps toward doing that. And I see that here too with the Page of Pentacles, which is you um, seeing your worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way. And this is this journey. So, this is the ending and the beginning, the 10 and the new beginning, the end, 10 is the endings and beginning card, but also Page of Pentacles. So you are on this journey and you are, going on here. And they gave you the Four of Swords too, which are, peace of mind. They're like, relax your mind. You are removing these things. Look, and you even have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is, again, endings and beginnings in the outside world that you are making these changes. You're making these adjustments. We're all programmed. And when we think certain ways, we have no other way than to act certain ways. and you're wheedling through and removing those old thoughts and old beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. This is the Eight of Swords, which is you're seeing the old beliefs that blind you and bind you and make you feel trapped. And the eight is the movement through it. So you're on that journey like the rest of us, and you are making progress. That's what all that is about, showing that you are putting an end to investing energy in things that do not support your dream, and you're reallocating them to your dream. And you're like, this has been demanding, going, I'm urgent, I'm urgent, I'm urgent. And you're like, but are you important? It's like, no. So I'm removing my energy from you and I'm putting it into my important. And it's like, yeah, I don't need to focus energy on that, even though they're demanding attention. It's like, it doesn't mean that it's important for you to do that. So definitely, I feel like that is a yes. You're becoming more and more true to your authentic self. And again, the empress, if you think of yourself as connected to Mother Earth and to the universe, where the creative mind is, what creation is, and allowing yourself, just more and more to realign to that, because you're becoming super aware of what you're wanting to do. Like, if you're like, if I had 5 years left to live, this is what I want to accomplish and be and express to the world. And then you just reallocating all that energy into that. So that's what I feel is coming through for that one. I like it. I like it. I like it. And then your third donation, thank you so much, is the beautiful aspects and energy that lie within your being. Are you accessing it openly, or is it suppressed block? What does spirit want you to know? Okay. So kind of a little bit of what we talked about now, but it goes deeper than that. I see that. So let's take a look here and see. All right. And that one. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. So there is a little bit of a block here, which is what you're working through here. You have the hermit's journey, which is good, because that's helping you with this Five of Pentacles. We've talked about the Five of Pentacles before. This is like this journey of feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, left behind, these feelings of lack that we've been taught. And this hermit card shows that you are working, um, at releasing those things, right? I mean, we talked about this with the, that Take 10 with Zen, um, um, series that I have, episodes like 4 and 5, talk about where we're investing our energy in each moment, and these old feelings of, who was I trying to give so much to when I was a young child and got very little back, that out of balance, giving and receiving, that energy and that forgiveness and that release of that, uh, belief system, and embracing your inner child is such a huge piece of this lack. So I do see here, that's something that you're working on, and it's not like it's, um, a blocked pipeline that has nothing coming out of it. You've been working on clearing that, and so there's flow. You're just working on removing things for even a bigger flow. And I see that here with the Queen of Wands that came in with these three. So another, beautiful divine feminine energy who not only, there we go, not only, connects with the Ace of Wands to the heavenly energies, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which allows them to connect to spirit in very strong ways. So listening to your intuition, listening to your gut, diving deep and understanding what's going on in there. The Empress is the queen of all queens, so she, embraces all of the energies of all four suits. So she has this Wands energy, she has the, Queen of Cups, which is like the High Priestess energy, she has the Queen of Pentacles, which is a lot like the Empress, and the Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and self-nurturing yourself, and then the Queen of Swords, balancing the heart and mind. So there's a lot of emotional energy, but there's also it's like 4 parts water, and then, that's half of the soup, and the other, well, it's actually 5 parts water, and then you also have a part of fire, part of earth, a part of, um, let's say earth, fire, oh, and air, duh. So you've got all that, in there, which I like. So, there is this energy of accessing that energy and accessing that part of you. It's there's a part that's still suppressed and blocked, but it's being freed. It doesn't happen overnight. We've had a lifetime, at least up to your age, of things that were conditioned in your emotionally from 7 years old and younger, mentally from 7 to 14, physically, and what you witnessed in the outside world, from 14 to 21. That's our like, psh, psh, psh. So we got all this stuff that's in there. After that, everything is just kind of reinforced over and over again. We don't learn a whole lot new um, things of the human world. It's more of the awakening that happens. And that's what you're going through. So with that Queen of Wands, it is the strong spiritual connection. Trust the process, trust the journey. Yeah. I like this. Yeah. Because you got the devil card. So this is the Saturn return type of energy, Capricorn, Saturn, looking at and questioning all of these stories that you've been told all your life. This is the shaking, the rattling, like as I was just talking about. The devil card comes in and just it's they challenge these core beliefs and make you think about what it is you truly believe and what you don't, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you have the Chariot too coming in here, which is movement, 2 major arcana, so these were next to each other. It was 3, then 2, which is this movement of, you know, through this, you're moving, have strong and, powerful movement and letting go of your past beliefs. But there's also this, beautiful energy of, you're stepping into your power of choice and you're realizing in every moment I choose the story, with all that air energy, the story you're putting to a situation. And you're also choosing the emotion that you're feeling in the emotion in the moment, and the energy you're putting forward with intention. What I focus on grows, and the physical action that you're taking in the outside world. So it's not that you're at the whim of the outside world. This is like, stepping up and going, "I'm choosing and I'm gonna direct where I wanna go. I don't have to wait for the world to come to me. I get to do, what I wanna do and put forward. I don't have to have the fears," which is the final card, the 3 of Swords. I don't have to fear the rejection, the failure, whatever. This is letting go. Again, a 3, letting go of these fears of that we're taught of I won't fit in, I'll be rejected, I'll be ostracized, I'm gonna lose conditional love and all that, right? So I like this final card here because this 3 of Swords teaches us a lot about creativity of mind, and that when we're out of fear, we're connected to the higher mind, where all the creativity comes in. But when we're in fear, all of that is cut off. We're just in survival mode. And so this is about getting out of survival mode, realizing the belief that our heart can be broken is a lie, 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 lie. We come here to experience what it might feel like. And when it feels like our heart is breaking, that's actually our physical human body going into fight or flight mode. It's like when someone scares you and they're like, blah, and you're like, that feeling, that's heartbreak. And it's not heartbreak, it's fear. We realize, oh, that's just my body telling me I'm in fear somehow, and I don't need to worry about it, So I like it. I like this for you. I feel like you're on this beautiful journey of releasing those things and freeing yourself. And so just trust the journey, trust the process as you move forward. So I like all that for you, and that's what they have for you right now, Supernova. So, again, thank you for your donations, and I'm excited for your, musical adventure. We'll say, "We knew her back when." All right. So, many, many blessings to you, my dear. All right, Mia, you are up. Again, apologies for my, drainage. I apologize that you have to hear that. Yay, Mia. All right. So thank you for your donation. And I think, did you? Yeah. So you asked earlier a general for love. And then you also asked here, my dear, may you know the next beautiful thing happening in love for you and from who? Ooh, okay. My goodness. All right. So let's take a look here and see what beautiful thing. You want the next beautiful thing and from who? All right. Wow. All right. So they want those and those. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. I like that for you. Let's see what else we got here. All right. All right. So I do see here that there is this new love that is headed your way here. And we do have this King of Cups. And I always like the King of Cups because this is you say hopefully beautiful. So, you know, there's this core here because we've got the Page of Cups and you got the King of Cups. So, we have you as the young searching for your self-love, and then you have the King of Cups who comes into your life, who's a balance of heart and mind, but they're a beautiful reflection of that love back to you. And that is beautiful, right? Because they are because of your search for your higher love, it allows you to receive this love from this individual because they are offering you a reflection of your self-love, and they won't come in to your life until you're ready for that, which is great because that's like, we don't want to do what we've always done before and get what we always have gotten. And you're in this journey of raising your love vibration. And when you hit a certain point, that's what draws you guys together and draws them in. Otherwise, we're we're receiving the reflection of our fears, of our low self-worth, of our low self-love. And that's just always showing us so we can go, oh, that's right. Why do I keep on getting the same person showing me, how unworthy I am? And that was like a lot of my relationships until I was like, oh, I get it. They're showing me me. And so when I worked on my self love, then you draw in a different type of individual, a different type of love, right? So I like that for you. It is beautiful. We've got this judgment card here, which is your higher self, um, raising you from the dead, bringing you forward and taking you to this higher place, to this higher love. So I do like this um, coming in there because, in addition to the judgment card having you connect, the star card also is like a dream come true, but that star is your higher self as well. So there's this like kind of nudge of going, just continue to connect with your higher self, the higher love, your higher self, your higher love, because it's drawing you, drawing you, drawing you, drawing you higher and higher here. The full card, you got three major arcana in a row here with these four cards that are coming in. And the full card is this, they're the first card in the major arcana, which is also the soul for me. So again, three cards in a row that ignitate. Can't even talk today, right? Indicate is the really word that I was going to be using. But it's this journey of upward, and this follows the last card in the major arcana, which is the world card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new ones coming in here. And so this is what the Fool card tells you too, is there's this journey free of expectations, free of all this outside, and this starts a new journey. And the second group here, because you had those two and then these four, this Four of Cups usually has someone bored with the Three Cups of the outside world being offered the Ace of Cups from up above. So the Ace of Cups showing itself again, through this period here. So sorry. So we've got this, the beautiful, it's like the next beautiful love uh, starts with this beautiful love from up above. And then that draws in this mirrored of a human into your life. So that's the next beautiful one coming in, this beautiful gift. And you've got this um, Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups here. Here's you really getting in tune with your emotions. Queen of Cups is like the high priestess stepping away, diving deep into your emotions, balance in your heart and mind coming in here. So you really are stepping into your power and stepping into who you are. It's like I feel like it's like a princess, and oh, how perfect is this? I love this. So you start off as like a princess with a page of cups, and the king is looking for a queen. And by the time um, you're raising your love vibration, you transform from this into this. And look, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So you are this divine counterpart, and you're then equal. They're looking for a queen, not a princess, and here you are. And if you stayed a princess, they would bypass, but you're raising your love vibration, and then you come in to this power of who you are. And I love that the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups is like, that's how people see you, but you are really a Queen of Swords who's balanced, which is, this is another cool thing with those cards, is to the world it shows like people are like, oh my god, you guys are so compatible, but they don't even know the half of it, because you're really the Queen of Swords, which is air balanced by water, and he's the King of Cups, which is water balanced by air. So it's like, you have this compatibility that just fits like a glove. And I love this. So it is beautiful. I like this for you, and that's what's coming here. Just continue to work on your self-love, raising your love vibration, letting go of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel limited and small and restricted, and letting go of emotions that no longer serve. It's like cutting away the things that rise and rise and rise, right? I love it, Mia Mia. So that's what they have for you right now. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Anita Abdul, you were up next, and then Crow's Nest, you'll be up after that. So Anita, namaste to you too. Yes, things are very well, except for this drainage here. So my apologies that I'm hacking up here. And you want to know vendors' current feelings and will there be contact? Let's take a look and see what does Spirit wants you to know here. No, none of those. Let's reshuffle here. All right. All right. Let's see what this is about. We've got two cards. So you've got two cards and then two together and then two separate cards. Let's see what these are here. All right. So current feelings, interesting. And then, okay. All right. I don't feel like they're for you. And I know you like them, but you'll like what's coming better, because we have the death here, the death and the rebirth. and the 4 of Wands here, which is, like, this is like wedding and joy and celebration, and it's like this ends here, and I see that, and I'm like, "Okay, so it's not headed that direction. That's a dead end with this individual." And I see here with the 2 of Pentacles here too, the Tower is removing one option out of your life. It's like there's 2 individuals that are existing in your world, and maybe you don't see the second one yet, or maybe you do, and it's like, okay, it's time for, you know, the Tower removes one out of there, and I feel like that is who's getting removed out of your life, which leaves an option that's coming your way. And I like this for you because the one that's left, or the one that's coming, um, is the Star card, which is like a dream come true. And it's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm willing to let go of one person that I thought could possibly have the potential of being my dream come true, to someone who is my dream come true." You're like, "Okay, bye." You know, "Okay, see ya." And the 10 of Wands is the ending and the beginning of passion and where you're investing your energy. And so there is this new beginning that takes you into this individual who is more in alignment with your heart and your path. And, you know, um, I like that, of course, for you, because it's definitely for you. And when that Tower card tells us, this message of whatever happens in our life, whatever is removed out of our lives, does happen for us, always. Even though at times we may not see it, will recognize it later. There's this country song that's coming to my mind. It's is it Garth Brooks? I forget. It's I Thank God for Unanswered Prayers, which is like they had this person they wanted to be with when they were like in high school or college, and they ended up not getting together, and he really wanted them to be together, but he met someone else and they were amazing, and they were out and about, and they came across, and he saw and bumped into who would have been his um, wife, and he was like, "Wow, I am so lucky to have who I am." And he was just really expressive about the love of his wife, and he's like, "Thank God for unanswered prayers, because I got something so much more for me than they would have been." And I feel like that's what's coming in here for you as well. Let's take a look here. I know I like getting Snoopy. You know how I am. So I just want to see. Tell us more about who this star is. How is it someone you know now, or is it someone new coming in? All right. Well, I like this that they are, and I felt here with the star card, because that's Aquarian energy, that they would be an air sign, and I feel like they are, because you've got the King of Swords, who's the master, not just the co-ruler, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, so they're the master of air, and they've overcome their fears. We got the 8 and the 9, so they've really, I mean, all this air energy tells me that they're an air sign, and they've really work through a lot of their fears. They have a good, solid foundation on their head, a wonderful communicator. And also, they're in touch with their emotions too, with the moon card. So they could have a lot of water energy in their chart too, but they're primarily a sun sign, being an air sign, and they've got a lot of beautiful balance between heart and mind. So I like that. And because of that, Wheel of Fortune, they're very fortunate, so they've got a great solid outside world, and in this Wheel of Fortune with the Tower, both of those work so well together, because the Wheel of Fortune is that, again, it's that message. Whatever happens in our life does happen for us. Doesn't happen to us. We want to experience the victimhood of having something to us, because we want to experience lower vibrational sadness and despair. But when we're done, there's this beautiful, um, you know, wonderfulness that's coming our way. It's like a little kid who, drops their ice cream cone on the sand and it's face down, and we're like, "I lost my ice cream cone," and they bring a big bowl with a banana split sundae with so much more than what we lost, and we're like, "What? Tears are gone." So I love that for you. So that's what's coming in. Your guides are so funny. But that's what's coming in, Anita. So I don't feel like there's gonna be contact. If it is, it's contact of separation, and you're gonna see that this isn't for me. There's this beautiful, individual coming your way. So that's what they have for you, Anita. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. And then Crow's Nest, you're up. And then Dune, you'll be up after that. Thank you so much. So, Crow's Nest, thank you for your donation. And let's take a look here at Hugo's current feelings and next action. Let's see what's going on with them now. See where their energy is at, right? Feel like they kind of they go good for a while, and then I feel like they something happens and they lose their balance and fall off the fence and they climb back on and all that. You're welcome, Anita. I love that for you. All right. Yeah, because 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. These repeating patterns. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Well, I like that. And then let's see what's happening here. All right. And then, all right. Yeah. Pretty much sums it up, right? So I feel like right now, their current feelings, they got this Page of Cups, this renewed spark of emotion that's coming in, this birth, this sensuality, this, birthing, this newness. They're like, yeah, I want this. I want this. I want this draw, the sensuality, the emotion, this harvest. They're like, wow, they just, whatever's happened in their life, they got this like boost of self love, which is flowing out to their outside world. And, it goes 2 to 1. Yeah, yeah. And then here's the Ace of Wands, which is passion, passion, passion. They're like, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. And so, there's this draw, this energy. They're like, yeah. And and then and it's like, this is great, right? And then 2 of Wands, the 5 of Cups. Oh no, this energy that came in, they fell off the fence, and because the 2 of Wands follows the Ace of Wands, and they're like the choice of what I want to do with this energy, and they're like, let me focus in on my sadness. Oh, but what if, it's like it's almost like they went I don't want to say they're bipolar, because we really all are at our core, because we either are we have 2 poles. We have our human that has these get sparked into fight or flight mode. And then we have our higher self, which is of love. So we are all of us are bipolar, just different ones of us express it differently in our lives, depending on how much fear that draws us into that. And I feel like that's what happens here is they get drawn into remembering their sadness, something triggers them, and then they go from passion, 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 movement, movement, action into hermit mode. And then they pull back to look at their pain and to look at their fears and reflect, 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 right? And it's like, Jesus, help us. Because then here's that 2 of Swords. Here's that going back and forth that we, experienced here with that 2 of Wands. And here it comes again, riding in on their horse, passion, passion, passion. But I like this progression. It's like they get I don't know why they show me a scared rabbit or like a scared animal. But it's like if you ever like walk by an alley and see a little dog, who's um you know, um, astray in there, right? and you're like, "Oh, they're starving," and you wanna give them food, and you try to give to them, but they throw something to them, and they run away, and then when you walk away, they go and eat the food, and then you walk by again, and you throw food, and they don't scamper as far, and they don't wait as long to go get the food, and then sooner they come and they eat out of your hand, and then soon they let you pet them, and then soon they let you take them home because they build up this trust, and I feel like I don't know why, whatever happened to them in the past, they were really betrayed or, had a lot of abandonment, a lot of, um, shakiness in their life, and I feel like I wanna pull an oracle for you too. It just feels like, well, it's becoming less and less, um, it's like they don't run away as fast, if that makes sense. And when you look back over the time period that you've been interacting, it might feel like, yeah, that's good. With that wascally wabbit. Let me see. Feel like we're being drawn here to the Oracle of the Unicorn. So let's see what they have here for you. What advice do the unicorns have? All right. What a beautiful card. You actually get a Pegasus, and it says support. Ask for help. Get more rest. Nurture yourself. Yeah, you're like, uh, focus on you, right? Feeling tired, burnt out, overwhelmed, or overworked is a call to lighten your load and recharge your batteries. Your energy levels are low and is proving counterproductive to getting things done or being there for others. You may feel you have to do everything yourself or don't know who to ask for help. A part of you could be addicted to the adrenaline rush of stress and hustle. You may even feel it is a sign of weakness to slow down or that you don't deserve to be nurtured. You have nothing to prove by working yourself too hard or sacrificing yourself by doing everything alone. This winged horse urges you to ask for help, to get more rest, and to be loving to your body. Schedule in non negotiable time for naps. Ooh, I like that. Set boundaries around your work hours and make getting a good night's sleep a priority. Hire an assistant or other team members for your business. Spend the day at a spa. Book in for a massage or other body treatment, or simply take a day off to do nothing. Ask your friends and family for help with your kids or invest in an additional childcare or a nanny. You are worthy of this support. The extra energy you will have as a result will be worth the time and money you spend to give it to yourself. I like that. Yeah, because of his blockage. And I like this, things drag on for us it's like this indication for us to focus on us, ourselves, and it's goes slow on purpose where it's not happening to us, it is happening for us to raise our own love vibration, to see what we're worthy of, to get rid of our own blockages, let go of our mindsets and thoughts and beliefs, get rid of our blockages. And because everyone is a mirror for us, and so, when we see blockage, like, well, they're going slow because of their blockage, it's like, how am I in my life dragging in an area of my life because I have blockage? And that is what I can work on while I'm in the waiting room waiting for them to deal with their stuff, right? And it's like, okay, how am I a scared rabbit? Where inside of me is a scared rabbit? It may not be with them, but they're mirroring something for you, and it's slow, and they're being that for you on purpose. It's like, why are you wishy-washy? Then I'm like, ooh, where am I wishy-washy in my life? Because I've had that before. I'm like, that person's so fickle. I'm like, ooh, look at these three fingers back at me. Uh, how am I fickle? And I'm like, ooh, oh, I see. I see where I am fickle for myself, where am I doing this? So I like this for you. I feel like they're going back and forth, and give yourself that nurturing and support, because that is what, as you free your blockages, that allows the blockages to free on their end too, because they're being this mirror, and that will repeat it until we see it for us. And then we're like, oh, okay, I see. As I change, the reflection I see changes too. So I like it, like, thanks, Hugo. I look at all my, relationships that I had. I was like, they were masters of showing me how I felt about myself until I saw it. I'm like, you guys did such a good job, when uh, I'm going to give them an extra, Grammy award or Emmy award. You guys did so good. You deserve a bonus, bastards. but I like it for you because it is freeing on there for you. So that's what they have here for you. Next actions, I feel like they are going to, again, with that Two of Swords, they're going to act, and there's going to be this movement towards you with, and that's what I saw with the Ace of Wands. It's like that's movement, but the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving horse, and I feel like whoosh, they come in strong next here, and you're like, okay, but then they also go back. It's like they're going to continue this forward and further away, closer and further away, closer and further away. But it's like, okay, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. I know. So hang in there, crow's nest. Thank you so much for your donation. I send you lots of love. Been there, been there, been there, been there. So I get it. It's like, where am I going to bury the bodies? Okay, well, let me not do that this lifetime. So many blessings. All right. So let's take a look here. And let me see. All right. So, Dune, thank you so much for your donation here. All right. All right. So, finally, is your web shop out there? What can we see? So, let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about the web shop? Anything else? All right. Evidently so. All right. Okay. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I do like this for you. I mean, you start off with the King of Cups here, which is about balancing your heart and mind, and you have the High Priestess. So I feel here with the web shop, we've got this diving deep. It's like there's this energy here of, is this really what your heart desires? Is this really where you want to go? And I feel like this is this calling, to step back and to really find out, what is it that I truly want here? Because the web shop, it seems like, I don't know, it feels like it's a lot of work, but and there can be success with it, but I feel like there's this energy of like the Seven of Pentacles, which feels like you plant an orchard of apples, and then the apples start to grow, and you're like, nah, is that really what I want? I actually want guacamole, not apples. So I want avocado tree orchard instead, or something completely different, because we've got this energy coming in here. The Knight of Swords is pursuing something higher, seeing things from a different perspective. And the Four of Cups is what it's telling me. Normally there's three cups down here that are not fulfilling, and there's a new passion that's being offered to you. Again, a new passion that's being offered. And it's like there's something that's more in alignment with your heart, that would make it feel full, that would make it feel overflowing, and it's like getting out of the mind because, the King of Pentacles is at the end here, which the journey they go on is, they realize here with the Ace of Pentacles that there's defining themselves by inward and upward allows them to see the outside world in a completely different way. The King of Pentacles mastered the outside world and discovered that it's not the outside world that brings them the feeling of fullness and wholeness of their heart. I almost feel like it's something different from selling altogether. It just feels like a shop and a web shop and things is like, eh, it's like it's is the intention of it to make money, or is the intention of it to share your passion with the world that makes your heart sing, not your mind of checking off that I need to make a certain amount of money and I need these things and this is all, this is what the King of Pentacles learns is when they were looking at the outside world, relationship situations and things like money, bank accounts, body, jobs, education, all that stuff, when they define themselves by all that, they realized they felt unstable still because all that stuff is fickle. It's unstable, right? People change, people pass away, people walk away. Jobs never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. And they were realizing that when they were um, seeking those things that they felt empty. It doesn't mean that we can't want them, um, but we don't need them. And the need piece is what I feel like with, the King of Cups and the High Priest, just the Four of Cups and the Ace of, I mean, all of those were pointing. Um, it's like you're pursuing something, a dream of the mind and not a dream of the heart. And it feels like they're wanting you with this High Priestess is to step away and balance your mind with your heart to find out what is it like if I had a year to live, what would I want to accomplish in a year? What do I want to share? What do I want to experience? And it's like this revamping here. Because I feel like, yeah, you would do fine, you know, but it would never be enough because what we're looking for is in our heart, not in the outside world. And I feel like this is what is coming in here with this message. It's just it's like it looks good on paper, is like what kind of what they're saying, but the heart is like, blah, it's like, I want to sing, I want to live, I want to feel full. And this is like checking off things, right? Yeah. But it's like, what makes your heart sing? What is the intention? What's underneath there? Yeah, you got the Three of Cups is what brings joy. This is what's hidden and unseen. It's this even the Two of Swords here is close our eyes and open our heart, right? And so that's what's coming in here. Yeah, so you want to make money first before you write the book, but it's like write a book. And why are you writing a book? What do you want to write about? What do you want to share? It's like, what is the root intention? And I feel like they're just saying, take some time to connect with your heart and go, what is it? Like, I love that. It brings clarity when you go, yeah, I'm sorry, you have a year to live. So what do you do with that? You're like, wow. So what would I want to leave for the world? And what do I want to experience in this last year of my life? Right. You're like, wow, what kind of, it brings clarity, to that. So that's what's coming in for you, Dune, and hang in there. I know. Yay. No, the web shop will do, as I said, it'll do okay, but it's not gonna make you feel full. It's not gonna bring you what you need because, um, when is enough money gonna be it? It's like there's like focus on your passion first. It's like if you knew you had a year to live, are you gonna spend 10 months of it trying to get something so that you could do what you want to do, or are you going to start doing what you want to do now and then see what you can do to help make that happen, right? Yeah. And then how much money do you need, and where can you cut costs, where can you know, really see what's important, and what is your true north, what is your true dream, and then let everything else, you know, fall to the wayside and go, you know, this is what I want to do, not invest energy in all this stuff. I'm going to focus all my energy on how can I make this come true. Yeah, absolutely. I get you. I get you. You know, but we also can have too much of a focus on how much money and all the stuff I need for something. You know, a writer writes. It's just like you know, because I write books, and it's like, okay, you know, and you get caught up in I want this to be, you know, a bestseller and people to read it and da 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 da, and then I'm like, oh, is that why I'm doing this, or why am I doing this? And you return to your why of, I want to share my passion with the world. You come back to that, then you don't get caught up in the fears of not selling enough, not doing enough, it's not out there, blah, 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 blah. You're doing what you love. A writer writes, and so you write and you love it. But if a writer thinks that it has to be a best-selling book on the New York best-selling list, or bring me in, you know, enough money to live off, or blah, 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 then we get caught up in that seeps energy from our dream. So, and that's, I think that's for more than just you and me. All right. So that's what we have. And I think that was my last donation. So we're scrolling to the top here, and we will start with the first free reading, which is Grace 1111. Hello, hello. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. And it's we've been on for an hour and 11 minutes. So look at there, Grace. 111. And let's take a look here. So who is coming towards you? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Who is coming towards you? All right. So we do have here the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is like heartbreak, disappointment. Yay! So this is who's coming towards you. No, I'm just kidding. There's this energy here. I like this individual who's really, it's someone, and I feel like it's someone you already know, because there's been this block between the two of you for quite some time. And it almost feels like there's been these cycles between the two of you where you've known each other, and um, whatever's kept you apart is now being resolved, because this Nine of Wands feels like there's been this block. And I feel like a lot of it had to do with these fears of heartbreak and disappointment and the stuff that's been between the both of you. I feel like there was like, you know, some of these, you know, this is blocking them, and then, you know, like, I guess you can't do it that way. And on this side was you being blocked by your fears, and you've been working on yours, and they've been working on theirs too. This hermit's journey that they've been on, and I kinda almost feel like, not kinda, I don't know why I say that. Um, it feels like that they've been, in a way, away, either physically or back and forth, in town, out of town, and each time they come back, they've changed. They've been on this journey, and I feel like they're coming back this time, and I feel like that's who's coming towards you, yeah, with the Ace of Swords, um, and the Ace of Pentacles. And the 10. So they've had a lot of endings and beginnings that have happened here. And there is this new beginning that's coming in here. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like they're returning home here. Um, wow, yeah. Okay, yeah. This all this story is unfolding very fast here. You've got, they're returning home with the Four of Pentacles. It's taken a long time here. They've been on this pursuit of their worth, but they have this new way of looking at their worth. So here's these new opportunities with all these ending and beginnings. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles. And then we just have this beautiful coming together here now, and it's beautiful with the Wheel of Fortune, all happening in the proper timing. Yeah, I mean, even they've been on this journey of looking for their higher self and this 8 of Cups, walking away. Yeah, they've been on the hermit's journey. I mean, all of this is below the surface. It's like, and I feel like so much of this has been going on, and you haven't even been aware of it a whole lot. You just see, you don't know what they're doing when they're going away and coming back, but I feel like you've bumped into them here and there, and every time you're like, "Huh, they seem a little different." But this time when they come back, and I don't feel like it's an ex. I don't feel like it's anybody you've been with. It's always been, there's always been something keeping you guys apart, and now it's like all the force fields are down, and it allows you guys to see each other. You're not who you were, they're not who they were, and that's great because otherwise you'd have gotten what you've had before, and it's something higher here. So I like that for you, Grace. Woo hoo hoo. So here we go. Get ready, whoever this is. So many blessings to you. All right. And Lizzie Sincere, thank you so much for your donations. Hey, Crystal Pickett. I wasn't. I did complete a free one, but I do have donations. I have a lot of them on Saturdays, and if I don't get to the free readings during this session on Saturdays, especially since I have so many, I generally come back in the afternoon and complete out any free readings. I'll try to get through as many as I can, of course, during this session. So, all right. So, Lizzie, thank you for your donation. And you want to know, does Kay really want a serious relationship with you? Let's take a look here. Let's see. Kind of feel like we want intentions. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I want to look at their intentions and then their capacity. Because I'm feeling extra nosy today. What's going on? I don't know. But let's take a look here because, you know, what people want and what people can give can be two different things. All right. And then what are they capable of here? All right. Very powerful cards. So I do like this. Because it starts off here. So, do they want a serious relationship? We've got the King of Cups, balancing of heart and mind. It's they rule emotion. They got the High Priestess, which does tell me there's deep emotion flowing below the surface too, and the World card. So I like this. Yeah, intentions are good, but there's also, I know I used to fall in love with people when I saw their intentions and their capacity, not capacity, but who they, I guess it is, who they could be. And then, but they showed me who they were. And even though they could be this, they were choosing to be this. And this is all they could give. No matter how much I tried to push them to be that, nope. So I that's why I like, well, they have good intentions, but are they going to do it? Let's find that out. So I do see here with the World card, they are at this place of ending old cycles and this beginning of a new world. And we've got two major arcana and a royal, and the royal of emotion. So I do feel like they do want love. I don't know necessarily um, if commitment isn't, well. I want to say commitment, like they do have this a lot of emotion for you, and as far as like they do want a relationship, let's take it that way, right? And it's not that they're um don't like against relationships, like commitments, but that's not important to them. Commitment just feels like paperwork, just feels like blah blah blah. That's for everyone else, but my heart wants you kind of energy, and I don't have to, you know, it just feels like all that takes away from being on this adventure, and that's what the World card does. It's the ending of it's the last card in the major arcana, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of a new adventure, but it's free from all the supposed to and they should and they need to and they have to and the must that suffocates a relationship. They're just like, I have all this love and all this bubbling love underneath, and I want to show it's like, I'm going to show you the world. And you're like, okay, but it has to be between these dates and it has to be this country, has to be this. It starts to take away from, it's like, all right, show me your love. How do you want to show it to me? I'm going to let you show it to me. That's the kind of feelings I have from them. That's their intentions, right? In between the intentions and what they're able to do is the temperance card. I like this. It's patience. It's things unfolding. It's the alchemy of um I feel like they'll grow into this, right? It's like there's this going back and forth between the cups that starts off as like a base metal, which eventually turns into gold. And I feel like the temperance card being in between is like they have the capacity. It's just going to take time. They can get there. And I see that they're doing the work, going back and forth to get there. And I like this. I like this because we've got the Knight of Cups, which is, for me, it's like the romantic, riding in on a horse, offering love, right? And I see here that the Eight of Cups is them leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve them, and they're moving into this wish fulfillment. It's like it's like there's this it's a fairy tale. It's a beautiful one that's coming true though. And the King of Swords, which is they're the big thinker, the communicator. They're able to master this freedom, cutting away their fears, their thoughts, their beliefs. So I do feel that they have the capacity and the power to cut through things and cut through old ways of thinking and being, with that world card. These are perfect. um this king helps the world happen. They cut away all the supposed tos and all these restrictions to allow this beautiful expression. I mean, because you got the King of Cups, you got the High Priestess, who is a lot like the Queen of Cups because she's so deep in emotion and can dive deep. So you got the Knight, the Eight of Cups, the King of Cups, the High Priestess. A lot of emotion. So I like it. I like it. So I feel like they do have a lot of love they want to share with you. Don't feel like they're caught up in the definitions of relationship though. I don't feel like they want to be told who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to do, what you're supposed to be together, blah 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 blah. What they're showing me is they're reminding me of a time when um you know how it is with children, and you're like, your job is to do the dishes or whatever, and um you always get not yelled at, but you always have to be reminded, get in there and do the dishes. Well, this one time I remembered on my own, and I was walking to the sink and I was getting ready to do the dishes, and then my mom from the living room said, don't forget to do the dishes. And it took all the energy and the joy out of me doing the dishes because I was going to do it and remember it and it's going to be great. But then when it was an expectation, instead of it being above and beyond extra, and look what I did on my own, it became a deficit just to work up to meet, right? Um, so it's like, instead of, if you can, sincerely just focus on what you're grateful for them, and just tell them what you're grateful for. Try not to tell them what they're not doing right, because that will suck the life out of it. Instead, positive reinforcement of what you love, and you'll get more of that. If you focus on what they're doing, not doing, you're going to get more of not doing, if that makes sense. So I like this for you, Lizea, because I feel like that's the key is, you know what? I'm just going to say, I really love that you do that. Thank you so much. And like, "Oh, you know what I appreciate about you is that you do this, instead of like, well, you could do this too. That's going to suck the life out of the sale, right? So I like it. So I like it. I like it. I like it. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. All righty. So we will move back to the free reading. So, Smooth Life, you are up next here. And any potential relationship coming to you soon. Let's take a look here. All right. You know, soon. Eh, I know, right? Because we've got the Hanged Man, which tells me there's this transformation that's happening. Like you're in a cocoon, you're in a chrysalis, you're going through a transformation, and things are on hold in order for you to not get what you've always gotten. They're having you like this transformation, this caterpillar. You're letting go of caterpillar things to become a butterfly, which is letting go of some old emotions. There's this transformation of letting go of these pains, these lower vibrational emotions that no longer serve. You're letting them go, and you're learning of your power of emotional choice through this. And the Six of Pentacles, there is this energy of an out of balance giving and receiving. It's not, I mean, it can be my codependency awareness card, but codependency really starts in this our 7 years old and younger, when we're trying to uh, someone important in our life we're giving a lot of love coins to, and we're getting only getting one back, and so we have this way out of balance giving and receiving that seeps down, and that's in there, which doesn't allow us. It's like there's these force fields that are keeping love away, because of we have to reach a certain amount of love coins before our inner child feels we're worthy and ready to receive love. I talk about this in my Take 10 with Zen um, series. It's episodes like 4 and 5. It's 4, 5, and 6 that talk about fate, and the Six of Pentacles is specifically mentioned in there. And that when with this combination of these three cards together, I really do feel that it's important to look at that, and then it'll give you some guidance and some tools on how to transform that. Because as long as these force fields are up, that Hanged Man is having us look at these things so we can release them, so the force fields come down, and then we are able to receive love sooner, rather than waiting to get up to 1,000 love coins for that to fall down, love to come in, and then for it to get bounced back out because of these unworthy feelings that are bubbling down underneath the surface. So even if we're consciously, I'm like, I want love, inside the little inner child's going, "Mm-mm, you can't have it yet, little 2-year old self. No, you don't, you can't. No, no, And so it's like, okay, so the transformation happens, and then they're like, yes. Then they're like, yes, yes, bring in love. So there is this transformation that's coming in here. So I like it, and the power of that is the more that we look at that and transform it, the faster love is able to come in. Otherwise, it keeps it away. So I like that it's in your hands, but you just need to know how to do that. So if you check out that video, it does talk a little bit about that. So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Lynx Lee, you are up next. So you'd like to know the October month for you. Let's take a look and see what Spirit has here for you. Okay. All right. Well, you do have this important past life relationship that's coming in. I don't feel like this is someone coming back from this life. I feel like it's a past life connection, that whoever this is that is coming in here, I mean, it's from a past life. It feels like it's been taking a long time. You've been on this journey and understanding what dreams come true and what it is you truly want, and there's this journey here that's been unfolding, and I feel like it's about to turn to gold, and that you do have this individual. Whoa, glad that didn't fall into my coffee cup. The King of Cups that's coming into your life here, which is a beautiful relationship with someone who has a great balance between heart and mind. So I feel like just continue to work on that, connecting with your higher self, understanding what it is your true dream come true is, your high heart, because I feel like there's this fated, destined relationship that it's coming in here in the month of October where you'll meet them. Don't feel like you know them yet, but when you meet them, you're going to feel like you have known them um, before, even though you haven't known them in this lifetime yet. But it's going to be like bumping into someone. There's this draw. I do feel it's romantic. So it's like this draw of like, do I know you? And they're like, nice, nice pickup. And you're like, no, 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 no. And they're like, well, I know you do look familiar. You seem familiar. And then you start this conversation and you find out, no, you haven't known each other. And there's this great bond that comes from this. So I feel like this is coming in here for October. Just continue to, focus in on your that inner connection with your higher self. That's the star card. The tempering is the transformation and the understanding of what is it that I truly want in life? Who do I truly want to be? Not the old small t truths of fear, but these higher truths. Just continue on those. And that's what's been opening up this for you for October. So I like it. I like it for you. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Magana, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation that came in. So thank you so much, Brown Sugar. Appreciate your donation. And if you want to pop your question down there, I don't think I saw a question, but of course I haven't been paying attention. So let's take a look here. And if you haven't popped your question, just throw it down below and I will get to that next here. I'm just scrolling to see here. Nope, I don't see it. All right. So I'll keep checking, Brown Sugar. As soon as I see your question posted, I'll do that. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump up to Magana here. And you would like to know, hello, hello, your future boyfriend's characteristics. You really want to know if you know the person right now. I get you. Let's take a look here. So that'll be the first question. Do you know them? And what characteristic would they like you to know about them here? All right. No, you don't know them yet. Well, any other? Okay. And I because you have the Empress, which is new birth, new beginnings, new things coming in. So you don't know them yet. So we see that, and we do see here definitely you do have one. You have the Two of Cups, and the Three of Wands does tell me that you don't meet them in the regular way. It's like you doing things differently and making different choices is where you bump into them. It's like you're changing this route, you're changing this direction. Almost it's like you're being more open to who you are. Yeah. Because I said, "What? Tell me more about them." And it's like it's this transformation. The Seven of Swords is you're letting go of your own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, the expectations that have cheated you out of having experiences. And the Five of Wands is this changing of energetic conflict within you. I feel like these are all you, that this is what allows you this change with the Three of Wands of seeing things differently because you're looking at things differently. You're like going, you know what? When I have all these roles of like they are supposed to be this way and from this and have this type of job and look this specific way and blah blah blah, it's like it just restricts to there's a very small pool of, and then it takes a long time for this individual to ever come into your life. Like they're on back order for 1,000 years. And when we open up more and trust um, the creator, you're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect timing, the perfect way. And I feel like this Three of Wands with that Empress too is that it's like passion. You are living and you're not seeking love. You're like, you know what? Instead of looking, because it doesn't ever turn out, I'm going to start living. I'm going to live a passion. I'm going to go do stuff I love. And it's in doing stuff you love that you find someone, that you meet this person because you have that in common. And you might even have like multiple things in common. Like you see him at one, and then you see him at another, and you're like, hey, you do that too. And they're like, ah, I love those things. You're like, I do too. Wow. So what did it? And it starts this beautiful conversation that draws you in. You guys go to coffee or lunch or something, and you're just like, and here it goes. The spark begins. So I like that for you, Magana, and that's what they have for you right now. So, yeah, the characteristics, it's they do things that you love, and that you need to do things that you love to be able to find them. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you, Magana. Thank you, Brown Sugar, for your question and your donation. So let's take a look here. So how is your new interest Q viewing you? Let's take a look here. What else? All right. Anything else? All right. Okay. Sorry that I laugh, that I giggle at the cards. I just like the stories that unfold. The King of Cups, very balanced between heart and mind. I like that. The Four of Pentacles. You do they have this feeling of home, which is great. They feel safe and at home with you here. I like this. We definitely have the Ace of Cups. So there is this emotion that comes in here. The Ace of Cups, they're actually holding that in their hand there. So they do have this draw both in of mind and of emotion that's here, and there is this spark of emotion that came in here. Again, I love the Four of Pentacles because it's a positive feeling of home, not like, oh God, I had a horrible childhood growing up and you remind me of that. No, this is like where their child self, it just feels safe around you. There's just like this calm that's there, and this feeling of nurturing, and I like it. I do like here too. I mean, of course, we've got the Two of Cups, so they do have this. They see the possibilities of you being in an important relationship in their life, and I like here that the Six of Swords came in first, which is them moving away from old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and moving into this. And I like this because I don't normally read um, cards upside down. Um, because the energy is all the same anyway for me. The Five of Cups is that they are learning in this transformation of their emotions. They're leaving behind these fears of lower vibrational, heartache and heartbreak and the past experiences, and they're choosing to move forward. And I like this. It's like whatever they went through in the past that brought them these lower vibrational feelings of betrayal and different things. In meeting you, I like this new spark. I love this new energy, this new like feeling safe. Going, I don't. I might mistrust other people, but I trust you. There's like this trust right from the get go with you here, and I like it. It's just like um, this great energy that's coming in. And I mean, you've got let me see if I can do this without dropping them all. You got like one, two, four, five, six. There's all this, it's like it's not going to happen in the regular order either. It's just like it jumps all over the place. It's not going to unfold A, B, C, D. It's A, J, Z, Y, blah, blah, it's just like it's not going in order, and just allow it. It's going to bounce all over the place, and it's great, you know. Um, trust the journey, trust the rippling of how everything's unfolding. But I like it. I do. I like this, like, they're it kind of, they don't question it. They just are noticing it, that they're like, "I just feel safe around you, and I don't feel like," again, I love that I mistrust a lot of people, but I just have, like, this blind trust with you, and it's because they can sense who you are and that you are trustworthy, and that just comes out with everything too. So I feel like that's why they're like, it things unfold differently than normal, because they're just like, "What? Interesting." But I love it. I love it for you too. So that's what's coming in right now, for you, Brown Sugar. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Enjoy that journey. Woo, woo, woo. All right. All right, Goldie, you are up next for the next free reading. You wanted to understand yourself through tarot, your personality traits. All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit wants to bring to your attention. All right, there's one. Your split personality, the two. No, I'm just kidding. Are you a Gemini? No, the one of your personality traits here is your ability. Um, I feel like you used to really get caught up into overthinking, like, a lot, but I feel like you've really learned to close your eyes and open your heart, and so I like that personality trait, for you, because you have learned that overthinking just, costs you sleep. It doesn't do a whole lot, and I like this for you. I feel like, you've learned that when you are overthinking, if you write things down, it'll let you to get off of your mind, and so journaling, I think, is an important piece here for you if you don't do it now, but I feel you do. Um, I like that, for you here. So that's a big piece of your personality trait, is that you've learned to give your heart a seat at the table and not let your mind overrule everything, but you're allowing your heart an expression as well. And I like that. We got the Six of Pentacles here, which is this balanced approach here. And you're either in the process of really looking into your tendency for codependency in the past, this overgiving type of urge, like, I have to give, 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 give at work, relationships, friends, family, everywhere, in order to deserve very little. I feel like you've done a lot of work in this. And if you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen, episodes 4, 5, and 6, the Six of Pentacles somewhere in there, and it talks about some things we can do to help balance that too, this release. So I feel like you do this, you've been on this journey of worth, you've been on this journey of, why do I feel I have to give so much and deserve so little? I feel like you've been really doing a lot of shadow work in that, but those videos might help shine a little bit of a different perspective on it to help free things too. But I like this. I feel like you do have this sense and desire of a balance, in your life, and maybe you're a Libra. No, but I do feel like there's this great energy that's coming in there. So I like that. And that's what we have for you right now, Goldie. Just a couple personality traits, for you, at this time. So many blessings to you. All right, and the playlist for those are in the description box of the video. If you go to my main page, they're at the very top. All right, so QT, you are up next. So you'd like messages from your higher self for your love life. All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got here. Messages from your higher self. Yeah, I like it. So, messages from your higher self. Yeah, you've got the high priestess here. So they're like, yeah, definitely with the high priestess, she steps away, connects to the higher realms, connects to your higher self, goes behind the veil and dives deep. So there is this nudge going, yes, yes, we want, you to spend time with us, because they have some more things to reveal to help clear the pathway for love to come into your life here, because you've got the 7 of Pentacles, yay, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and there's also it's about patience and it takes time for things to unfold, right? So we've got that, the energy here with the 7 of Pentacles and the High Priestess this is what say to step back, because the 9 of Wands here, this shows the blockage that's here, and the 9 is a hermit's journey too. So all three of these cards are like there's a pause happening in love for a reason, for you to turn inward and upward and connect to this higher love. And in this journey of diving deep and really looking at the blockages that are there, it helps you understand here what is there, what is keeping you from having love come into your life. I think I've already talked about, again, this Take 10 with Zen episodes 4, 5, and 6 talk about fate and things that we can do both consciously and things that are running below the surface subconsciously that are keeping things from coming to us, and things that we can do to help things come in faster for us too. So I do feel like they're letting you know that there is this pause. It's happening on purpose for you because this block is happening because of, um, there's these beliefs from your little child self on worth and about being able to receive in these force fields. And whenever we feel there's a force field up, it's because there's something down here in the realm of our inner child where they roll over. They're in charge of the force field keyboard, and they're all force field. Nope, you can't have that yet. Why? Come talk to me and I'll tell you. Otherwise, I'm putting the force field up. It's like, and I'm not leaving it up until you come chat. So it's time for that connection and go, okay, why do you feel I don't deserve love right now? Well, let's take a look. This is what I learned when I was, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. You have to give, give, give in order to receive very little. And you're like, oh, well, let's talk about that. Let's recalibrate this out of balance, giving and receiving, right? And it's a perfect time with the equinox, which is equalizing stuff too. So this energy can very much help out too. So that's what's coming in, cuties. So many blessings to you. Hey, LH. No, I haven't gotten to you yet. Yeah, you're probably about 15, 20 people away, may not get to it in this session. And for all of you that, for the free readings, I live off of donations. So I honor donations. And if I have a ton where I don't get through a ton of free readings, I do come back on later after I do my praying mantis session and after I eat eat lunch so I don't pass out. And so I'll be back later this afternoon to complete out the free reading. Saturdays, I generally will do that because I've got so many um, of you that are available on Saturdays. So, of course, the list gets very long, very fast. So, and I love giving the free readings and honor that. So that's why I come back. So, if you guys are like, oh, okay, I shall return. It just might be a little bit of a delay. All right. So, Kritika Malhotra. Hello, hello. So today you sat with your crush. Ooh, look at you. And he looked very lost and sad. Oh, boo 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 boo. Did he think something about you? Hope you didn't make a fool of yourself. All right. Let's take a look here. And see. Whoa, what was going on here? So he's probably scared. So Page of Cups, this is like these feelings of love, higher emotion that are being offered, but they're very afraid. And I think we've talked about this, right? We know that the Three of Swords is afraid of disappointing, the fear of failure, and all that. And so I feel like they have that a lot that's going on there, Kritika. And so there's like, oh my gosh, they have like this anxiety that comes up, and I feel like the sadness might just be that they pulled back, and because it's fear that pops in. It's like it's almost like when they're offered any emotion from people, that it's an opportunity for them to fail someone. And what a childhood that they've had where it was like pointed out over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that yeah, that they weren't worthy, because we've got both the Queen and the King of Pentacles here, which is all about, I feel like their parents were very much about focused on worth and worthlessness. I just feel like this is their kingdom that, it's almost like their parents were overachievers or like had very high standards that they thought they were meeting, and they were which they weren't, but they couldn't admit fault because that would mean they were kind of all or nothing people, black and white world. And they were either a success or a failure, so they had to say a success, and they had to point failure out everywhere else, and that's why they were showing them failure, 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 failure. So when they have this opportunity of stuff to come up, they just feel like, "Oh, here it comes. I'm gonna fail this person or this situation too." And, it's alright, try not to feel too sad because they chose this life on purpose for their journey. So, all you can really do is continue to give them unconditional love. Don't worry about making a fool of yourself. They're totally focused on their faults because that's what they've been taught, is to focus on how they're not meeting up to everyone's expectations. They were conditioned to focus on them as a failure, and they see everyone else as so much higher. So you can't make a fool of yourself with them. And if you want to know what you can do to help them in there, if your heart aches for their situation, my Take 10 with Zen, I think it's like around episode 9. It's heartache, which is when our heart aches because we feel bad for someone. We have this empathy and we want to help, but we feel helpless. It tells you what you can do with energy and giving love energy. So that's what's coming in, Kritika. Don't worry about making a fool of yourself. Like I said, it'll just make them feel better. you know. They won't think of you as way up here, they'll think of you as up here and them down here. They're like, "Oh, look, they are themselves," and I feel like it'll help them if you express yourself that way. All right. So that is what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. And then Doll Face Diva, you are up next. Let's take a look here. General for next week. All right. Yeah, I love this movement here that you have with the 8 of Swords. Is there's this movement of thought and belief and mindset where you're cutting away more and more of these whatever situation. I feel like it's not like life. I feel like it's a situation that you have these thoughts that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted, and that you don't feel like you can move forward. But I feel like you have a breakthrough because with the Queen of Wands, this is you stepping into your power and stepping forward, using your energy, and also trust your connection to spirit, trust your gut instinct, and go for it. Whatever this is that's been holding you back in a situation, just let this power that you have inside of you out. This Queen of Wands, she's bright, she's beautiful, she radiates this energy. She walks into a room, people feel the power, and you have this wonderful connection to spirit because of that. And all the queens have the element of water in cups too, which allows them this freedom, allows them this uh, super connection to the spirit world and to their intuition. So trust your intuition and your gut next week and step out from these restrictive thoughts and go, okay, mind, I'm putting you on pause and I'm trusting my heart and my gut and I'm stepping forward. So I like that for you, Delphi's Diva. So many blessings to you. And then angel blessings, you are up next. So what are the Leo's thoughts towards you? Let's take a look here. See, what are these Leo's thoughts? What is happening? Wow, all right. Well, it's like there's this energy here of this rebirth where something here is causing them to want to let go of old emotions, old ways of focusing, it's almost like they kind of focus on the negative, lower vibrational energies a lot of like, I'm sad, or can't believe that didn't work out, or I'm angry. I can't believe blah, blah." It's like they're been in this low place for so long, but something going on between you, especially being a Leo, it's the sun, they want to shine, but whatever kind of held them back, and they had such a full amount of all these uh, lower vibrational emotions that they felt for so long that they got used to rehearsing them and nursing them and just rehearsing them. There's this spinning of them over and over and over, and that's what they focus on. Hey, and they meet someone who, how are you? I'm doing good. For I suppose, and they're like, really? Wow. Well, tell me about you. Well, my parents divorced when I was 5, and it's like there's this was a part of their identity. But I love this, that whatever's going on between the two of you, they're like, "You know what? I'm tired of that." There's this ending and this beginning, and they're stepping through more into their light. So, I like this. I feel like their thoughts towards you are like, "Wow, you I don't know, not that you're a Pollyanna, because that has a negative tint to it, but you have this positive outlook on life, and I feel like it's catching on them, and that's their thoughts towards you is like, "Wow, you whatever we practice, we become an expert at," and like they were an expert at finding the lower vibrational things in things, right? Um, things to complain about and things, but you have this energy of finding the positive, and you practiced your life where you can find positives where people can't. Like, it's like these opposites. They can find things to complain about where other people couldn't, and you could find things to be positive about, and you're drawing them out of that and going, huh, I like that better. That makes me feel better. And they see how happy you are with it. And I like it. So it's good. You're making a positive impact in that side of them, which is good because otherwise they really can't, because they don't have a huge love for themselves. So they can't love you until they expand their love. And you're helping them pull their love vibration and self love up, which will allow them to love eventually. But right now, that's where they're at. So many blessings to you. All right. And Marie Jones, you are up next. I'm only going to be on for about 8 more minutes. And so for everyone else that I haven't got to with your free readings, I will return later this afternoon after I finish my praying mantis session. And after I eat, I got to run an errand, and then I will be back. Then I will be back at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tonight and 11 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow as well. All right. So, Marie, a love reading from now to the end of the year. All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? Woo, woo, woo. All right. So I see here you are breaking through this barrier here. The 9 is the hermit's journey, and you've been looking at the barriers that have been holding you back, right? I've talked about this in our Take 10 with Zen episodes like 4 and 5 and 6, which talk about fate, how we can bring things in sooner, and the blocks that are there that keep love away from us. But I really feel like you've been putting a lot of attention into that because you got the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, both very, very abundant cards and energy for the outside world. In fact, the 10 of Pentacles is usually, um, shows two people with a child and a dog and a grandpa and a castle and all of these pentacles showing the riches. And the King of Pentacles, of course, is the highest out of the pentacle suit. So they encompass all of the journey and the adventures of their worth and their self-worth. And I feel like the more you continue to work on you're raising your own self-love vibration, the faster it comes in. But definitely here by the end of the year, I feel like you do have this individual that you're just like, whoa. And possibly here with the King of Pentacles showing up, could highly be an earth sign. So I like that for you, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. But they're very grounded. They're very secure in their outside world and their own worth. And I feel like that's why you're drawing them in as this mirror for you, because you have looked at that and you have improved how you're looking at your self-worth. Instead of it looking to the outside world, you're looking inward and upward for that. So I like that. So that is what is coming in there for you right now, Marie. So many blessings to you. Just like I said, continue to focus in on that inner journey, um, and uh, and raising your self-love vibration. Because again, when we're lower vibration, we draw in those lower feelings and lower vibration, well, experiences in people and relationships. And as you raise your love vibration, you draw in things that match it, right? Like attracts like. So that's what I feel like it does bring in there for you too. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So I'm just going to take some screenshots here, so I don't lose them. So I'm leaving off with Soul Searching Vibe. You will be the last, sorry, you'll be the first free reading that I go to in when I come back on. So let me just take screenshots here and gather everything. And if you are needing something faster while you're waiting, you can also, I put out a ton of pick a card readings. So if you go to my main channel, then page, there's a playlists for all of those. And you can choose which one you're drawn to or which ones, and there'll be messages from spirit there for you as well. So like I said, I will return back. Sorry, I just trying to do two things at once. I'm just taking screenshots of the chat, and I will answer in order as this chat appeared, and provide those readings there. And oh, hey, Dune. I can try. I mean, I really need to head off to my other one. So if you want to post your question real quick so I can screenshot it, I can make you the first person because you made a donation on my second one, but I'm only going to be here for a couple more minutes and I don't want to rush it unless it's a fast question. Then I can rush it for you, but I prefer not to rush. I want to give you the full picture, but please, yeah. So let me see here. I'm not sure where I left off. I'll just grab all this here. All right. Yeah, so we can take a look here for you, Dune. And because I've got like 2 or 3 minutes before I head off over there. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about the finances for the rest of the year? And see what they want you to know. So for the rest of 2023, which, gosh, it's becoming less and less time, isn't it? I can't believe it's almost October. Goodness, right? All right, let's see what we got here. Wow, look at all these threes here. Well, it looks here, with this energy that I'll tell you about here coming in a moment here. You've got this power of emotional choice that's coming in, and the World card coming in here. And I feel like your finances for the rest of this year, the World card is leaving behind old ways of thinking and being, and old cycles, and the beginning of a new one. And this emotional choice, it feels like that there's this change of what abundance means to you in your life between now and the end of the year, and you're able to make this choice. There's this important relationship that comes into your life here as I drop cards, between now and the end of the year, that that, and it doesn't need to be romantic, but it does show you some different ways of looking at the world, because you've got the 3 of cups, which is joy and celebration, which can also mean like a small group of individuals, kind of like finding your soul tribe, because the 3 of pentacles is about you being true to your authentic self and not trying to be who you think you're supposed to be. We get drawn off through praise and punishment into these individuals that we're like, oh, we're afraid of what they'll think and that they're going to blah, blah, blah. And then people that support us and love us, we're afraid we're going to let them down. And what are they going to think of us? Right. But I feel like with these 2 threes is you have this creativity, ton of creativity that comes in, but you also find a supportive group where that support you being true to your authentic self. And so I feel like this is where this change comes in, because even with the Queen of Cups here, this is like the High Priestess that you got earlier, which is stepping back, emotionally diving deep, you know, connecting to the higher realms. This is very much High Priestess energy. And the 8 of Wands is there's these messages that come in from spirit. So, there is this, beautiful connection with spirit represented here, but it's important to pay attention to the messages that are coming from spirit with this 8 of Wands, because it's like they are putting them all over the place. Like, you can't miss them, that there's so many in the outside world, emotionally, mentally, but the more you tune in to spirit and the higher realms and your higher self and your own emotions, the more you're like, "Oh, wow, okay, I get this. I see it. I hear it. I see these things that are coming in," right? So I just really feel like it's important here. Yeah, and even on the bottom of the deck is the Fool card, which is what comes after the World card, which is a new journey free of expectations. Again, that's what happens with the World card, is this letting go of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts of the mind, and it's this journey like a little child looking at the world as an adventure, instead of like, well, I have all these rules. Like, you mentioned, well, everything costs money. Does it? you know I used to think that, I was going to have to back into corporate life, but I had a friend out of nowhere, one of my best friends, say, come live in my basement for free. Well, maybe money doesn't pay for everything, maybe love does, right? And you find your tribe, right? So it's this amazing transformation. I think, it feels like, what are my finances? And spirit's like, finances, your idea of finances goes through a huge transformation between now and the end of the year. And it's so freeing for you. And I love it for you. But that's what's coming in for you right now, Dune. Thank you again for your donation. And hopefully that wasn't too rushed there. For everyone else, just to make sure, happy equinox, and all you birthday Libra sun babies. You're welcome, dude. Here is a link to my Moon Day Monday, which talks about the moon energy for the week. Also, here is the pick a card for this week, which does have a special Libra 3 month forecast for all you Libra sun babies. And there's a pick a card for everyone else, as it talks about the equinox energy. And every Tuesday, I put out a Take 10 with Zen. And here is the link for that. All the links for the playlist are in the description box. Plus, if you want to help grow your Zen and want to come in, grow your Zen together with me, if you become a Praying Mantis member, which is $7.99 a month, you can have access to the session that I'm about to go to, where after every one of my free ones, we have a little get together for about an hour where we pull readings, we do all sorts of stuff. You also have access to the Thursday night Q&A, which is for 2 hours from 6 to 8 Mountain Time, where we again talk with spirit and answer questions about my life, and we pull past life readings and oracle readings and all sorts of fun information. And then you get advanced access to my Moon Day Mondays, my Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, and my What's Up Wednesday pick a card. So if you're interested in that, all that information is listed in the description box below. And if you haven't checked out my giveaway playlist, here is it. You can check the last video that came out that talks about my September giveaways and how you can get into one of the 3 drawings at the end of the month. And my Praying Mantis members and also my Zen Cricket, all of them get an extra drawings as well. So that's an added benefit. And then lastly, before I zip off here, I do have 50% off for the rest of 2023 because I love you guys. All my pre-recorded personal readings, my hedges of peace and love, and then also my Wish Upon a Star Astro reading. So if you want to check any of that out, all of that is in the description box of the video. It's very informative down there. All right, everybody. I'm headed off. So thank you again, everyone, for all the thumbs up. I'll be back this afternoon to finish up the rest of the free readings. And just know in the meantime that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you soon. In the meantime, much love. You hang in there, and you guys take care. We'll see you.